Hello there, and welcome back to episode 29 of Eden's Realm. So, some of you technical players may have guessed what I've been working on, and if you have guessed that I am working on a world eater, you'd be correct. You can see it up there. I'm going to go ahead and turn the shaders off. I am now using Ivers as a client-side mod. I switched over and started using the lithium, sodium, and phosphor mod packs so that whenever I need to run the World Eater and I'm doing large projects like this, my game will run at a much lower MSPT. You can see up here that it's running at 9 MSPT right now, and that's with shader packs, which is super good. So we can just go ahead and disable that. It's nice and simple. I find Iris to actually be better than Optifine, which is kind of a shame because I've always been an Optifine fan, but now I'm here using Iris. But it is what it is. Oh, I obviously don't have my mob switch turned on, but that's okay. Now, the good thing is that we're going to get to see the product of this the World Eater today. But the bad thing is you don't get to see it run. I have already run it, and I'm actually on a backup of Eden's Realm right now. I've dug out the entire trenches. If you know how World Eaters work, you have to dig out a trench all the way along all four sides. And so I have the big trench here, and then if we go ahead and fly all the way down to the other side, you'll see I have the other trench here. It's taken me quite a long time to do all of this. I decided to do it while I was on break and wasn't making any videos, and so I have done a lot of work on it. But we can see basically everything that's happened over here. We've gotten a lot of stuff done. And I've also gotten quite a number of diamonds so far. We can look, I think they're in my ender chest here, right? Yes, so quite a bit of diamonds just from this part of the world eating process. But oh shoot, goodness gracious. I need to be more careful. Actually, I should sleep. No. This is what I get for being unprepared. And what I want to do now is basically tell you a little bit about what I've been doing while this has been running, some of the issues I ran into, and all that kinds of stuff. And I've prepared a little bit of a short passage in my projects book here at the end. So I'll tell you all about it. While I have been gone over the Christmas holidays, I have started a perimeter, and I've also been working on the path from the Citadel in the build area. I also managed to die and lose all of my netherite gear to one of the TNT dupers that I was using to build the trenches. So we no longer have any of our netherite gear, which is a big shame. I also did manage to make a lot of backup gear, so we don't have to worry about that issue anymore, but it's not netherite. I was also looking into some of the issues with our enchanting system while I was making all of that backup gear, and it got me thinking about using like some sort of lapis in an anvil. I don't know what for, but I think it would be better than just the experiences. Maybe for like renaming items or something. Also, I have set up an AFK spot at the top of the world for a bot so that while I am running the World Eater, I can load the entire area with this spot. On the first run of the World Eater, in which I ran it back and forth, I ended up having to reset the world because I had built one side one block too high up, and so all of my TNT dupers were on the run, and it broke quite a number of things, but luckily I was able to just move the redstone contraption down by a block using just by manual action. And so yeah, I had to fix that, but it wasn't too difficult. And then later on, I ended up having another random crash that caused like 3 or 4 of the pistons that are on the sweepers at the bottom of the world to be left behind, which broke just a little bit of the sweeper configuration. And so I had to go in and manually fix that instead of resetting the world, which wasn't too big of an issue, but it did cost me quite a bit of time. And then finally, I had one final crash about 1 or 2 layers before the end of the world. I think it was actually at what's called the lava layer, where there's a lot more lava pockets. I had stopped and was mining some obsidian down there, and I had started the World Eater again to run it over that layer, and I ended up getting a massive crash that caused my entire instance of Minecraft to just completely not work. And no matter what I do to this day, I still cannot load into that instance. I don't understand why, but I was able to move all of my configs and world files to a different instance and launch it up with all the same mods, and it now works. But yeah, that was kind of an issue. And yeah, that's basically all I've been doing. It doesn't sound like a whole lot, but maybe I've done a little bit of work. You can see it all here. It looks really cool. I've put in this water base so that nothing will spawn, and if we come out here into the middle, we can basically ensure that we have near perfect mob spawning conditions. If you know anything about mob spawning in Minecraft, the farther down you are in the world, the less the game checks for spawning spaces. And so, in theory, if we removed the bedrock, we could go all the way down to no world, which would actually be a void perimeter. But I don't think I'm going to do that. That seems like a whole lot more work than it's worth, especially for right now. Maybe later one day. But I need to do one final thing, and that is remove my platform that's way up here, which I used to put my bot on so that he would load the entire world. And I need to remove it now, if I can land up there. There we go. It's the last final thing to go. And I should mention, I don't plan on removing the World Eater. You can just barely see it there. It's right out of render distance. But I plan on leaving it where it is so that it will basically just be a part of our world and not an attraction, but something to remember everything by. I do plan on doing something with the walls. I don't want to leave them as they are, but that's going to be a long-term project, and I want to take the time to design some really cool looking like murals to go along the wall. And you got to remember, it's going to be about 200 blocks high, this mural, and 850 on this side and 450 over there, or over there I guess, on all 4 sides. My plan right now is to do something like with the 4 seasons, so like have spring over here, then like winter and fall and summer. I think that would be cool. Not 100% certain about it, but yeah, that's kind of the general idea. Got another sponge left in there. But now I just have to clean all this up, and then we're ready to move on. Alrighty, sorry about the no game audio last time. In the last half of this, or in the first half of this episode, I had updated OBS, and as per usual, it messed up things. But hopefully everything should be fixed by now. And yeah, I don't want to work on the perimeter today. I want to do something a little bit different on the building side of things. And so that's why we're here in the build area. And I'll show you what I'm thinking. I want to put a sphere on top of the citadel. This was an idea given to me by one of my friends. And yeah, I think it's a really cool idea. Obviously it's not going to be stone, but I like the idea of it. So let me kind of decorate it, and then I'll show you what I'm thinking. Well, the original plan was to do like a stained glass type globe, but obviously it's not looking very good. The way stained glass renders just looks absolutely terrible if you try and do it in a 3D shape. So I was trying out different things. If we do \undo, like just all kinds of stuff, and none of it was really working. So I don't really know where to go from here. I'm gonna give it a little bit more thought, but obviously it's not gonna be as simple as I had hoped to just put something up here. And another try, and I think it still looks terrible. I'm at a loss of what to do. Ignore the fact that I made this screen down there. That wasn't intended. It's just a side effect of a world edit, but it's not clicking. I thought that like it would come together really easy, but it's not. It's just, it looks bad. I don't know if I need to make it smaller and farther up. I don't know, but it's not right, that's for sure. Alrighty, I've done a little bit more messing around, and I think I've kind of figured out what I wanted to go for. So I decided that I wanted a red ball to be up top, just kind of like a fireball. I obviously don't have these campfires up here, and I don't think I'm going to put them in. But I was playing around, and some of the differences here is that we have glowstone on the inside, but then on this one, it's just a layer of red stained glass, whereas on this one, it's a layer of red stained glass, and then a layer of tinted glass. And then on this one, there's actually 2 layers of tinted glass. So, yeah, you can see the difference there. And actually what I've done up here is I've taken the tinted glass, and I've taken it out in the one spot along each of the, like, I guess not really faces, but instead of there being tinted glass here, there's just red stained glass, and so you get a bit more light showing through. And I think this is what I'm going to go for. It looks pretty nice like that. I think it fits the design. It's not really that, I don't know what I was going for, but I think this kind of like fits the mystical, the kind of magical, powerful design that I wanted for this, and I think it fits it really well. And then if we go into our video settings and apply our shader pack, I think it looks super good. Because you have to remember, this is the type of shader pack that I want to use, like, for when I'm looking at the build area all the time, and I think that really sticks out. Like, you have a little red aura surrounding, like, a big glowing ball, and I think it looks really cool. And you can kind of see the differences in designs that I went for, and kind of stuff there. But all in all, I really like this. So let's go and put it up in the world. So I may have made a small mistake. I forgot how little room I have on top of the world here. And this is the build limit. So luckily we're within 1 block of the top. But I do have to move it down by a block, which is, it sets it closer to the ground, or the ceiling of this than I would like. But those bigger ones definitely would not have fit. I had completely forgotten how little room we had, but hey, this will fit, which is super good. So yeah, let's build it. is all very nice and simple, and I think it looks really, really good. We can take a look at it from down over here if we go to the town hall. Yeah, I think it looks nice. It definitely adds to it, and I really like it. So, big thank you to Max, the world's cutest Omen main. He's amazing, and for giving me this idea. Looks super cool, and I'm really glad that I did it. Now, a couple of orders of business before we finish this episode. You may be wondering what these white boxes are down here. I've done a little bit of planning for what we're going to do here in the world, and I started throwing down basically white boxes for the builds that we're going to put here. And so, like, I marked these out, and so the plan is to have an inn here, so like an inn slash a bar. It'll be bigger and a little bit nicer looking. Probably, so it's going to be one of the few businesses that is in this area, because this is going to be like kind of not necessarily the slums, but the poorer part of the village. And then over there is going to be the expensive part, the dwarven area. And then, so we'll have like a regular house here, along with, I think down here is going to be a bakery, I think I had put in. I forget what I had decided this way. Yes, this is going to be a bakery. And so, like, up here we'll display some cakes and bread, and I got some cool ideas for it. Like, we'll definitely have a oven and a kitchen in the back. Should look really cool. And so I'm wanting to put a lot of detail and a life into these builds and take them pretty slow and not try and rush this entire project. Also, one of the few other things that got messed up during my working on the World Eater is my statistics is basically completely fricked. You may see I really don't have anything. It's all a absolute mess. If we find I probably have placed most red glass here recently. If we times used, maybe? Yeah, red glass. Like, obviously this is not my normal statistics, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset it to, I think I have a backup from probably 3 months ago in November, before I had started the World Eater, and at some point I had lost it in there, and I don't know why, but it is completely gone now. I can't find it. I looked through some old saves, and they didn't have any of my correct statistics. So we're just going to have to reset that, but it shouldn't be too big of an issue. We'll lose a little bit, but that'll just be that. There we go. That looks a whole lot better, having mined about 19,000 gravel instead of like 0, basically. And the number of times I've mined these sponges, just insane. The number, like roughly 64 that I've had, and I've done that many. It's just crazy. I think this was a save directly after I had done the Guardian farm. Not completely positive, but I think that was about the time that this save was made. And yeah, we're basically here at the end of the episode, and now that we're going into a new year, I just want to make sure that what I'm doing is what God is calling me to, and that I am not getting led astray in that I'm focusing too much on the, like, technical, not necessarily technical aspects of Minecraft, but I'm not focusing too much on playing Minecraft just to play Minecraft, but also to play Minecraft to help spread the word of God to everyone, basically. So I kind of want to focus a little bit better on that in 2023. That's my very basic New Year's resolution. I'm not a big one for New Year's resolutions, but I do like to make an effort at the beginning of the year to put my life back in order. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this episode, and hopefully in the coming year we will see many more Eden's Realm episodes, and see you around. Thank you very much. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye. And also, if you stuck around this long, thank you very much. And you may have also noticed I got myself a fresh hairdo. Look at that. Looking absolutely stunning as per usual.